lick, put a good level of saliva on your back, on the back of your wrist, and let it dry. And then smell on it, and then you will be able to tell. It doesn't smell very well, but if it smells like rotten egg, then that is your breath. Hi guys, I want us to go straight to the topic of the day. We had started a series on body odor, and today I want us to talk about bad breath. Bad breath is also known as halitosis. It can also be talked about as unpleasant mouth smell. We can talk about halitosis. There's also halitophobia. Halitophobia is when somebody is scared of having a bad breath by themselves. It's a psychological thing, and so people will tend to feel like they have a bad breath by themselves. Nobody has told them. So how do people come about with bad breath? Bad breath can be occasional, that is temporary, or it can be a chronic thing that you've been having for a long time. Okay, so temporal bad breath can come about when you eat strong smelling foods like raw garlic, raw onions, and also blue cheese. I have never tasted that, but I hear if you have blue cheese, you will come up with bad breath. And also things that go through your mouth, like if you smoke, you can have bad breath. There are some types of alcohol that also brings about bad breath due to their mechanism on your salivary gland and also your body per se. It can also cause bad breath. Okay. You can have a temporal condition that you'll be put on medication that can also cause you to have bad breath. Like if you've had angina. Angina is when your heart muscles are not receiving enough blood supply, and then you have very sudden severe chest, left-sided chest pain radiating to the tip of your shoulder. Then you might be prescribed nitrates like nitroglycerin. It's a spray. Then you spray it sublingually under your tongue. It can cause you to have dry mouth, and then you end up with bad breath. Okay, I'm just going through the list of what I had put down so that I don't forget anything. So if you started on chemotherapy, it can be short-term chemotherapy or long-term chemotherapy. So it can also cause you to have dry mouth and bad breath, or even the effect of the medication itself on your salivary glands. It can also cause the same bad breath. Dieting. Crash dieting is like when you go into a short period of dieting, like during fasting. It can be spiritual, or it can be diet, keto diet, or whatever it is that you're dieting for. You're not eating, you're fasting. So that can also cause you to have bad breath due to less saliva in the mouth and just slowing down of your digestive system, and all those things can cause you to have bad breath. Chronic or long-standing causes of bad breath, it can be oral hygiene. Oral hygiene means that you're not cleaning your mouth, you're not cleaning your tongue, you're not cleaning your gums the way it's supposed to be done, and you will end up having a foul-smelling breath because of the food stuff that you're eating stay in your mouth, and then the bacteria start working on it, and then it becomes like a rotten surface that produces a stinking smell when you open your mouth. It is chronic gastric conditions that can cause you to have bad breath, and we had said that digestion starts from the mouth all the way to the anal opening in my previous video. I'll put a link there so that if you've not seen that, you will go back to it and be informed more on your digestive system. So if you're having xerostomia, I've mentioned here and there about dry mouth. You can have xerostomia as a condition by itself, where your salivary glands just stop producing saliva and you have a dry mouth. Okay, and xerostomia can also come about when you mouth breathe, when you breathe with your mouth and then your mouth gets dry and then it produces bad smell. Or your nostril can get blocked due to allergies or a viral infection, or even a foreign body in your nose, and then you start breathing with your mouth. a dry mouth, and then you end up with a xerostomia, dry mouth. Okay. H. pylori, this thing has been so rampant in Nairobi due to poor water hygiene, poor food hygiene. So you end up with H. pylori infection in your stomach, which also causes ulcers, gastric ulcer or duodenal ulcer. So if you have these ulcers, there's usually an impairment in your gastric juices that can also make you to have bad breath. And also when you develop an ulcer, that is a wound in the stomach, and there's a very high likelihood that you might end up with bad breath. Okay. And we also have gastroesophageal reflux syndrome, which is a condition that where your sphincters do not close very well. Your gastric sphincter does not close very well. It's either it is dilated, or it has a wound on it, or it is just not functioning very well by itself. So when food is being pumped down, it's supposed to close, and then food is pumped down the intestines. But if there is pressure and that your gastric sphincter is not working very well, so there's tendency of food refluxing back into your esophageal region, and when it refluxes back, you tend to have hyperacidity. You end up having bad breath. Okay. Also, and as we had said before, do you know these people with bad breath are the last one in the room to know that they have bad breath? So if you have a friend who has bad breath, just be the good person and let them know that their breath is not pleasant, so that they can be able to seek for help. But the best way to diagnose if you have a bad breath, it's not your doctor who will diagnose it for you, it is your friends. So if you talk to your friends, they will always tell you that, hey, your close friends, they can tell you that you have a bad breath, and maybe you tend to work around working on it. Okay. And the other easy way of diagnosing if you have a bad breath, lick good level of saliva on the back of your wrist, and let it dry, and then smell on it, and then you will be able to tell. It doesn't smell very well, but if it smells like rotten egg, then that is your breath. But normally it just smells not very good. It's a mouth smell, but it's not like it is stinking. So if it's stinking, then know that is the breath you always emit. All right. Where will I get help if I notice that I have bad breath? You can get help from a dentist, yeah, because the dentist works on your teeth. They'll be able to tell either you have a rotten tooth, which is dental caries, and dental caries causes bad breath too. So your dentist will be able to sort out the issue that you have with your teeth, and then they'll be able to help you out with your teeth or your tongue. Okay. Or preferably they can refer you to a periodontist. Periodontist is the one who he deals with your gum and gum issues. So if you have any gum issues, gingivitis, gum swelling, or any infection or an abscess in your gum, a periodontist will be able to sort you out. And if they cannot be able to find anything in your mouth, they definitely might send you to either a gastroenterologist, who will be able to check out if you have to send you for other tests that will eliminate all the other causes of your bad breath, and you'll definitely get help. Okay. And maybe it is because your mouth breathing, because your nose is blocked, or your throat has a swelling, or whatever it is, then they'll be able to refer you to an ENT specialist, ear, nose and throat specialist, who will be able to give you guide on what to do, or will give you medication, and this will be a problem of long time ago. Okay. We have a diagnosis. So what is the treatment? Treatment, definitely, if we treat the cause, we will treat the bad breath. Okay. And what are some of the remedies? If you're using, either if it's just foul smelling mouth from your teeth, then it's recommended that you get the clove based toothpastes, like Dabur. I've seen they have one that has clove, so you can go for that. Okay. Also ginger, you can keep on chewing on ginger. It gives you a fresh breath, but it's for a short while, so you can try and look for your long-term solutions. Okay. And also there's one thing that people talk about, mouth gargles. They are very good, but avoid acidic mouth gargles, because they will also kill, the action of killing the bad bacteria in the mouth, they'll also kill the good bacteria that maintains your pH. Make sure that you don't use the acidic mouth gargle, because it will give you freshness for a short period and then you'll go back to your normal bad breath. Okay, otherwise it's bye from me, and I love you all. See you next time. Bye.